Jimmy. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We ready? My name is Chris Calori. I'm the President and CEO of New Jersey Transit. Welcome. We are very pleased to welcome you to our Fair Modernization event. What we're going to do is me and Chief Trissillo are going to speak, and after that, with my colleagues, we're going to take a tour of all the technology that is here today so you can capture that for your viewers and memorials that for your readers. I'm joined by a group of my colleagues today. As I said, Chief Trissillo, the chief of our police department, Mike Kilcoyne, who is our SVP for bus and surface transportation, Lukman Faisal, who is our head of IT, Anthony Greco, who is our head of all Master of Communications. He's our SVP. We have, where are you, Kevin? Kevin Boland is here, who is our head of digital commerce. Jackie Sanford, Binu Thomas. Who else is here? Oh, yes, Jimmy. Where are you, Jimmy? Jimmy somewhere. Okay. And Frank Baumann, our customer advocate, is here. I want to thank all my colleagues for putting this event together. I want to start by saying that in the 9 months I've been here, I've focused on the 3 most important things that I think matter for service reliability and efficiency. One is making sure our rolling stock is modernized. As most of you know, we have, through the board, already taken actions to modernize our entire fleet of rolling stock on both buses and trains between now and 2031. Second is infrastructure, whether it is the Hudson Tunnel project, whether it's Portal North Bridge, Raritan Bridge, or a whole host of projects. Together from 2018 for the next 5 years, we will spend close to $15 billion to modernize the infrastructure. Third is human capital. We want to make sure our people, and there's 12,500 of us roughly, are fully prepared to meet the mission that we've laid out, which is customer-focused and making sure we can provide a reliable service. To do all these 3 things, you need a strong fiscal foundation. What does that mean? That means we have to make sure our fare revenues that we collect come in at the rate we expect them to come in. And 2, we want to focus on non-fare revenue. More of that on non-fare revenue next week, when I think we're going to unveil a roadmap for, frankly, the next governor to focus on for the non-fare revenue part. Today, I want to focus on the fare modernization piece. The reason this is important is every year, the budget of New Jersey Transit organically grows at a rate of about $200 million. That is a lot of money. And if you don't capture the fares that are already embedded in the system, it leads to not only leakage, but it leads to us looking for more money from either the riders or the legislature, which means the taxpayers. Our objective is to always make sure that we do everything in our power to live within our means, and fare enforcement and fare collection, therefore, is a singular priority. So we are doing multiple things today. We are unveiling a $75 million program today to modernize our entire fare collection system. And it's a multi-pronged approach, and I'm going to spend a minute just talking about this. First, at the far end, we have now procured 72 modern 3D gates, which are at the very corner of this presentation. These are 8-foot tall gates that will go into service sometime in 2026. And the reason this is important is these are not only adaptive to the customers that we get in, but it can speed up the service of entry into our system, but also make sure that we're collecting our fare and lowering the fare evasion process. Next is these, on this table right here, is we have our brand new mobile validation devices. These are devices that are ticket collectors and our bus drivers and others before they board on our buses and light rails are able to collect fares in a very efficient manner. This device is not only upgraded, but is able to adapt to using our brand new fare cards we have now introduced, and eventually, hopefully, our credit cards so people can just tap their credit cards when they're on our trains and buses. Next, we are also unveiling in the not too distant future a LiDAR system at Princeton Junction to read number of people that are standing on the platform so we can measure how many people are on the platform versus how many are on the trains and how much money we have collected. These are redundant systems to make sure we absolutely are accurate in the money we're supposed to get in the door. Next is we are also working on what I would broadly call a non-technical solution, which is, as of this morning, at Princeton Junction train station, the train station I take my train from, there are ticket collectors that stand on the platform that are checking people's tickets before they get on the train. This is a fantastically useful exercise because not only are we able to make sure that we're collecting the fares at 100% rate, but we're also making sure the customers, when they get on the train, they're able to relax and enjoy the ride, and they're able to just show a already paid ticket to the fare collector. This step is an important metric that we're going to measure, not only in terms of how we're performing on revenue collection, but how our interaction with the customers. Look, I will be the first to admit, it may be a little different, and it should be. We cannot have a system where people hope that tickets are not collected. We have to have a system where everybody pays for their ticket. That is the standard that we're going to hold. We are not going to anymore just take a laissez-faire attitude to whether people pay their fares or not. This is about running a system that ultimately works for the very same riders who depend on it. And the only way we can do it is if everybody is paying that ticket. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about on the table also is a fare card. This was introduced last month, I believe. It currently works on our bus and our light rail system, and soon it'll also work on our rail system. So what you have, therefore, today is a collection of technology and non-technology efforts to make sure we live up to our commitment that we're going to collect every cent that we are supposed to, because the riders and the legislature have already authorized us to. We're not collecting any more than we're supposed to. We're collecting what we are supposed to. So this is an important moment for New Jersey Transit, and ultimately, this isn't meant to be a punitive measure. It's meant to be a measure to help our customers. They want a reliable system. They want a system that is modern. They want a system that is on time. This is an important data point in how we make that happen. I want to introduce Chief Tresillo, but let me say this. The police department at New Jersey Transit, along with all my colleagues, work very hard every day to make sure the customer experience is safe and it's positive. The police department in particular have an extraordinary obligation to make sure our riders are safe. Safety is a highest priority for us, whether we're maintaining our equipment or whether we're taking care of our passengers. We have, whether it is me, my previous CEO, or whoever the next CEO is, we will never tolerate any kind of issues when it deals with the safety of our customers and, equally important, the safety of our employees. We will not tolerate it, and we will use the maximum extent of the law to make sure we are going to chase after anybody who thinks that we are not taking that seriously. With that, I'm going to introduce the chief to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you all for being here today. As chief of the New Jersey Transit Police Department, I welcome every opportunity to talk about how our agency is advancing security, improving the customer experience, and ensuring revenue collection, which, as the President said, is critical to sustaining transit service across the state for our customers. Today's event underscores all three of those goals. The fare modernization technologies that are being unveiled today are more than just upgrades to our system. They are essential tools that will enhance security and help ensure that all fares are collected. The new 3D fare gates, for example, use advanced optical sensors to detect movements like tailgating, hopping, and crawling. These are all tactics that people use to bypass traditional gates. These new gates generate real-time analytics, allowing us to pinpoint when and where breaches occur so we can deploy officers more strategically to prevent fare evasion. This technology strengthens enforcement while maintaining accessibility, helping us improve security and enhance revenue collection without compromising the customer experience. And as our new fare card continues to roll out, customers on board both bus and rail can expect faster boarding and fewer cash transactions. This helps reduce conflicts at the fare box and onboard trains, allowing our bus operators and rail crews to focus more on their primary mission, which is providing safe transportation. It will also free up our police officers to engage in more proactive patrols and customer security. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about rail crew and bus operator assaults, which is, as the President mentioned, a serious issue, which for New Jersey Transit and this police department, we have zero tolerance. I bring this up because more often than not, assaults on New Jersey Transit employees stem from fare collection issues. Bus operators and rail crews have the responsibility to collect fares, and they should not be subject to physical assault for doing their jobs. As part of the New Jersey Transit Police Department's role in both fare enforcement and protecting New Jersey Transit employees, we have been and we will continue to increase onboard patrols with both uniform and plainclothes officers. This year, I'm happy to report that as a result of these increased patrols, we have seen a decrease in assaults on bus operators and a decrease in assaults on rail employees as well. Hopefully, with the addition of this new technology, along with our ongoing de-escalation training and tactical police deployments, we will see these numbers continue to trend down even more. I want to underscore my commitment to union leadership, as well as our CEO and the heads of our bus and rail division who are here today, Mike Kilcoyne and Jim Sincaglia, that there is nothing more important to me than the safety and security of our employees. And I'd like to give a message from me to those who assault New Jersey Transit employees. The police department will use every technology at our disposal to identify you, to pursue you, and to arrest you. Just to wrap up, I want to be clear that fare enforcement is not about punishment. It's about fairness and it's about justice. Fairness to our paying customers and justice to our bus operators and rail crews who are simply doing their jobs, and they become victims of assault as a result of that due to fare disputes. It's about making sure that our system works for everyone, those who pay the fare, those who rely on transit every day, and those who support transit through public investment. These new tools will help us meet that responsibility with precision and respect, I want to thank President Calori and the entire New Jersey Transit team for their commitment to modernization and for understanding that a safer system is also a smarter, more efficient system. Thank you, and now let me turn it back to Chris Calori.
Thank you, Chief. Before I take questions on topic, let me say just a couple more things. Every time you introduce new technology, understandably, the fear in the union, especially in this case, whether it's the ticket collectors or conductors, is a fear that somehow this is a threat for their jobs. I want to assure them it is not. Technology is a useful tool to make sure they do their jobs better. The 72 new fare gates we've ordered allows us to order more, and we probably will order more. And I want to assure you, though, that doesn't mean somehow we're going to replace all the ticket collectors or conductors. We believe this is a tool for them to be helped by doing that, number one. Number two, this is an important moment for New Jersey Transit. For as long as we can remember, this agency has struggled with its finances. We're finally at a place where I think we are turning the corner. This is the opportunity to make sure we do everything in our power to make sure this agency is on a fiscally sound foundation going forward. And that's what this effort is about. And there's three more people who just came here. I want to quickly recognize them. Justin Davis, who's the Chief of Staff, Jignasa Desai-McCleary, who's here, who's our CAO, and Barbara Geary, who is our Head of Procurement. Every single person, and those who I haven't recognized, works day in and day out to make sure that the experience of the riders is foremost on top of our mind. And that's what this initiative is all about. And one more thing. A few months ago, we said we're going to change the windows on our multi-level trains. We said we were going to change 100 this year, by the end of this year, and a couple of hundred more over the next 2 years. I'm pleased to report as of this morning, we've changed our 100 windows, and we're well ahead of schedule as promised, and I'm so pleased with the work my colleagues have done. With that, I'm going to pause, and I'll take any questions on topic. If not, we can go and look at the technology. Great. Thank you. We'll go do a tour of the technology. We'll help you set up.